Welcome to the Mystic Syndicate's A Princess of Celene, a Dungeons & Dragons custom content podcast.
Hey friends, so you have a group but no game master, or maybe you are looking for a group to join. I would like to suggest a stellar game master, Kaz. Kaz is a master storyteller. She uses different voices for NPCs and monsters, and she is very knowledgeable of game mechanics. Head over to startplaying.games today to search for Kaz, or you can find her GM link in the description and show notes. She is worth a look, and she has the most adorable Scottish accent. That alone should be enough motivation. Now back to the game.
Okay, so you were able to rest, take a nice long rest. Tomas, your room was kind of messed up a little bit. Like I said, the wind of the window that you blew out with your shatter, of course, could not be replaced quickly. So the rest of the room looks very disheveled, and there's still kind of burning chunks of might. Yeah. So but everybody got a nice long rest, which you definitely needed.
Out of the mushroom pile, I rolled a 14 nature. What's my yield?
Okay, what are you trying to do to it? You trying to save some of it?
Salvage it to eat.
Okay. Yeah, you were able to salvage about 15 pounds of like myconid mushroom material.
Hold on.
Can I just say, that's a fire?
No, I'm going to send it down to the kitchen. With explicit instructions that they need to cook thoroughly.
I like sauteed mushrooms. I will have some of that. Mm-hmm.
No. If I will, I don't know if Sir Tomas has done it yet, but when I find one of the staff or somebody, I will tell them that they may need to find Mora's Ivy or somebody who can maybe clean up in there. It's going to take more than just some wash rags in a bucket.
We flew out a window.
Other question: what time of day is it, bro? When we kind of wrapped up.
Okay, so it's after your long rest. It is morning, so you're looking at right around probably about an hour after dawn. So it's still pretty early.
Breakfast.
So with my blown out window, the sunlight's coming in and landing light on where the mushroom was.
Right.
Did you see the size of that, Ed? You slept in that room?
He didn't care.
Oh, I don't know. Let me see if I slept in that room.
Did you sleep on the floor outside?
Yep, I slept in there. Tomas isn't quite sure if, as I've been making will saves throughout all this on my own for his multiple psychoses that we've discussed throughout the game. He's still not quite sure. He's debating. But they were in my room. I had to kill them. And what about Button?
Oh, who?
Button.
His little friend.
Yeah, his little friend. Well, see, you got to understand Button and was it Morel, the two that you have with you, were kind of the progenitors of that monstrosity. So that's a problem that you're going to have to face.
Gotcha.
Again,
Gotcha. Well,
cooking staff.
let's see. Let me do something here.
I guess we make our way down to the.
Yeah.
For
So
breakfast.
as you start to make your way downstairs to the kitchens and things like that, you can see that there are people, servants going around. You see that there's a table that has already been set for you all. After a few moments, you're seated. The servants come and they bring the food and you sit. No one bothers you, but they make sure that your goblets are full of drink and there's plenty of food on the table. You don't see any of the royal family here, but after a while, you do see Morzivy walks in and pulls up a chair next to Jarn, and he says, "Good morning."
Can you prove that statement?
Is it good for you? Good for me?
Well, I don't know about that, but it's good that you all are here.
Indeed.
So I heard there was a calamity last night up on your hall.
Just
And
an
just
attack.
everybody turns their head and looks at Tomas.
Just an attack of dumbass.
Says,
How do the princesses fare? Are they doing well?
it seems that they both rested quite well last night. I did not hear of any complications or complaints, so this is good.
Have they checked on them this morning?
Yes, I actually just came from there. I saw that
Wonderful.
saw that Asenath was still asleep, but I could see that she was resting easy. Sintaisha was actually servants were already attending to her to get her dressed. I believe she'll probably be here within the next 15 minutes.
It's good to hear.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So he says, as he reaches over and starts to pile some food onto his plate, it's like, so I think that your time with us is going to be quite short indeed. I talked with Aravistarax this morning, and she is ready to help you make it to the Cold Lands. I think
Very good.
it is possibly the proper time.
Pastime.
Well, you don't want any more
Oh,
windows?
come on, Yarn. It's all about timing, right? You just can't get there well ahead of time.
A wizard arrives exactly when he intended.
That's why we're getting there when we get there.
Oh,
So it's the wizard's fault.
As Tomas is sitting there, he orders some chicken broth, and he had a moral dilemma that I just resolved. Morally, I feel fine as I drop Button and Morel into the chicken broth and cook them, because this is going to, I find this as part of survival, balance, and honor. I did a random roll on an alignment table, and I see this as restoring order and balance after being attacked. I've totally gone all in, trying to help these guys. So I'm dropping them in the hot broth, and I'm going to eat them after they cook for a while.
So yeah, as you drop them into the broth, they're rapport spores that have been able to contact you. You can hear their tiny little myconid screams as they are quickly overcome by the heat of the broth.
Stir it around a little bit, and numbing them down. And I find that well within my alignment stance of lawful neutral.
Okay. Well, and there you have it. And there is where and there is where our mushroom mayhem comes to a close.
Do I get bonus experience points for killing an endangered species now?
Well, they're not really. I mean, they were one of a kind here. The type that you have because you brought them from the Feywild. I don't really know. I mean, it wasn't like they put up much of a fight. You just kind of put them in the broth. So I don't know about that. That was good though. That was funny. Okay. So as you all are just getting ready to you're finishing up, you see Sentisha enter the room. She is wearing more fitting sort of clothes, not the dirty dress that she was wearing yesterday. What she is wearing now is more like a robe. It looks as though someone has taken some time to help her with her hair, which is like a platinum sort of silver. She immediately walks over and takes a seat next to Kiffi and Grenna and just looks at you all and says, "Good morning."
Good morning to you, young.
I take it you all had a restful evening?
We had an evening.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Someone left
Nothing else.
a sandwich on their nightstand, and it festered.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. So I guess you were able to throw it out. I'm sure there were servants who could have done that for you.
At this point, you hear Tomas do like a big slurpee out of his soup.
Help us! Help us!
Over the next week or two, pass on anything that has mushroom.
I'll take that under advisement. Thank you. She grabs some food. You can see it looks like she's starved because she's just like piling stuff onto her plate. And she kind of just looks around at the rest of you as you are watching her pile her plate, and she gets a little self-conscious, is like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just getting a little ahead of myself. So sorry.
No need. It's good to see that you're feeling better.
I am. Thank you. And again, thank you also very much for coming to free me from that tower. I owe you just an unmeasurable debt to return me home. You hear the door open into the hall, and you see Asenath, who looks not as put together as Sentisha. Her hair is all tasseled and just all over the place. She too is wearing looks more like just a really simple robe, but it is quite it's not like peasant wear, but it's a little bit more simpler. And as soon as she walks in and sees Sentisha, she immediately freezes. And you can just see just absolute terror just cross her face. And she's...
Have you not met your sister? It's been a while since you've seen her. The real her.
She doesn't understand what you're saying. It's not computing. You can see she's...
I'll get up and walk over to her.
Okay, she stops, but you can see that it's like a deer caught in headlights sort of situation.
I'll comfort her and say, "You've not talked to your sister in 100 years."
She says,
It was the hag that was torturing. It's not. No.
You at
That's
this time
the shell that was inhabited by the hag.
Yeah.
Your
So-
sister is in there now. She is back to herself.
So you see Sintaisha sort of just move her chair
And we're
out a
here to
little
help
bit,
you if anything happens.
and she stands up. She quickly takes like a biscuit with some gravy and crams it in her mouth. she was like right in the middle of a bite, and she turns and looks at Asenath, and you could just see that of course Sintaisha does not know Asenath. She was not around. So to see this little elven to see this little elven princess in front of her she also doesn't really know how to react. Because remember, the only person she ever actually knew, sibling she knew, was Val, who unfortunately has been absent during this time. But so they just stare at each other for a good long minute. And
Ding ding! In this corner, we have.
I will grab a hold of Asenath's hand to give her comfort and, try to reinforce her that we're here.
So as you see Sintaisha just kind of like wipe the crumbs off of her, and she gives like a very little smile, and then you see Asenath pick up on the smile, and she looks at you, Timble, and she says, Sintaisha never smiles. Why?
Yes, she does.
And as Sintaisha hears that, she looks up and just puts on this very wide smile. And Asenath just starts to slowly walk towards her. And eventually they are like right next to each other. And Sintaisha gets down on one knee because Asenath is so small. And she says to her, I was told that I was very cruel to you. But you have to believe me when I say that I am not that person. And I will do everything I can to make it up to you. Again, I am very, very sorry. And you see Sintaisha just reach out very, very quickly and grab Asenath and just pull her in. And of course, Asenath is just, again, still like, uh-oh, something's happening. But, it's that deer caught in headlights. But eventually she relaxes once she realizes she's not in any danger. And they kind of pull away for a moment as Sintaisha reaches back and grabs a biscuit and hands it to Asenath. And you see that there is a softening of the tension. And so Sintaisha stands back up and pulls the chair out next to her and offers it to Asenath. And they both sit down and eat and talk. And Lord Ivy looks over at you, Jarn, and says, well, Master Jarn, I think it's time.
I've been ready to go for 6 months.
The boys following other things that we need to do.
All right, how are we doing this?
He says, well, I know that Aravistrax is waiting outside in the courtyard. If you have all of your things packed and ready, if you need time, it's fine. But I think you getting to the Coldlands is of utmost importance. I think you are definitely running out of time.
While I understand your sense of urgency, and I have it too, I am almost sure that we will make it.
So this time the queen walks in, and you can see that she has a small backpack and some another small bag. And she looks over at Asenath and says, Asenath, dear, you need to prepare. You need to pack your things. I've done some of your packing for you. But you have to go with Master Timble and Lord Kelex. This is the prophecy. This is your destiny. And you can see that she is almost on the verge of tears. Sintaisha stands up and helps Asenath off the chair, and she looks down at her and says, I wish I could go with you, but I was told that this is your future. And Asenath just says, it is, and I understand it. And she looks over at you, Timble, and she reaches her hand out to you. And
I'll take her hand, and I'm going to look at her and go, I think we need to get a bow and some arrows, don't we?
She says, I have those upstairs in my room. I'll go get them. So as she kind of walks past her mother, her mom kind of grabs her real quick and puts the here, take these clothes, put them on. You can't wear that to where you're going. And hands her backpack that has some items in it. You can already see Sintaisha it looks like she's a little upset at this. This was not what she was expecting. I mean, she knew about the prophecy. Her mother told her about it last night, but she did not realize that it was coming so quickly.
The world does
Don't
not
worry,
wait.
Your Majesty, Your Highness. We'll make sure she is safe.
Sintaisha reaches into a pocket and says, Lord Kelex, will you take this stone with you? If you should ever need something, I believe that we might be able to help you in some way. I don't know. All you have to do is just strike this on the ground. It will activate it, and then you can talk to us if need be.
Is it only a one-time use?
Unfortunately, it is.
So in
Don't give it
time
to
of great
Tom.
need.
Don't give it to Tomas. So as everybody stands up, there's a lot of, hugs and things of that nature. The queen comes over and actually hugs every one of you, says, thank you again for returning my daughter to me. Please
I bet
watch
Kiffi's
out.
like that.
Yeah. He's like, Kiffi's like in the back, like walking backwards, like looking for a bush to disappear into. But she comes to you, Kelex, and she says, please look after Asenath. I know that this is important, because if we do not allow this to occur, it has been said that there are more horrors to come if this does not come true.
Your Majesty, you have my word.
You had the wrong thought process. This will come true.
She just looks over at you, Jarn. Says, yes, I have faith that this is true. So, after about 20 minutes, Asenath comes back in. She is completely dressed. She is wearing leathers. She has her backpack. She has her bow. She has a quiver with 15 arrows in it. And she is wearing a leather helm. You do not see anything that belies her rank or station. Everything looks very functional.
Neutral.
Yes, very neutral, very plain. She walks up and says, well, I think I'm ready. And you guys have all of your equipment and everything, and Morris Ivy leads you out to the courtyard. And there, standing in the courtyard, is Aravistrax in her dragon form. She turns her head as you all walk out, turns to look at you, and she says, "So, once again, you get to ride the dragon."
Seeing you in your true form is always awe.
She, even in her dragon form, she gives a slight upturned. The corners of her mouth are upturned in a smile, and she says, "Well, we have no time to waste." And
Awesome.
yeah,
Take me home, dragon lady.
And thank you for your help once again.
she says, "Of course." And so you all scramble up one of her wings, and so everybody is sitting on her back.
Before she takes off, I say, it's probably not a good idea to land in Kraken.
Her neck turns and she faces you. Said, "Of course, I've learned from traveling to Instead and Pelik that it's probably better to land a couple of miles out." And her wings beat the air, and soon you lift from the ground below you.
We did get a chance to change.
What's that?
We did get a chance to change into the winter gear, right?
Yes. Yeah. You have all of your stuff with you.
Well, with us and on us.
Yes.
That's different. So
yeah.
You come from a land of snow and ice.
Come from the land of ice and snow. Sorry.
I turned that around for a reason.
Midnight Sun.
Would you? How are we going to get a couple miles into town through all of that?
Knockish home.
Do we
Leather
have
personnel carriers
to help us?
Leather personnel carriers.
In other words, we're dragging it.
We're walking.
You're walking. Leather personnel carriers. I love it. Okay. So yes, as you lift up off the ground, you can see the elves below you waving. As you pass over the life tree, Delastra, you can actually see Shira, who is waving from the boat below. And you see Asenath is pretty much like right behind Kelex, and right behind her is Timble, and she's holding on to Kelex as tightly as she possibly can. Being that this is the first time that Asenath has ever rode a dragon, it's a little bit surprising for her. And soon you are flying above Celene, making your way towards the cold lands. So it takes a little time to get there. And as you continue, I'm going to try to find a map real quick so I can also
Right. As we are traveling, we're going to tell Aristovax about the dragon we had fought in the land of sand dunes.
Yeah, the blue one.
The blue one. Yep.
Yeah. She says, "I am not familiar with a blue dragon that lives in the bright desert. That is something that is definitely interesting to me. I will try to find out more if you would like."
Please.
Couldn't hurt.
Yep, we owe him something.
Oh.
All right.
If you'd like to come along and help us really see that he pays the debt, you're welcome. Come.
Well, let's see if you can make it through what you have to go through now.
We find a way.
Yep.
Okay, so we are looking at... Okay, so you're actually on your way to Krakenheim, is that, I believe?
That is that's the capital of the Frostbite.
Yep, that's what I thought. Okay.
I'm actually from a village closer to the Grendeep. That's where Krakenheim is, where everybody goes.
Right, of course. Yeah. That makes total sense. Okay. So, like I said, it does take some time for you to get there. I mean, it is a very long trek. You have mountains that you have to travel over. The Rakers, the Griff Mountains to the north of there, and you also have to go across Grendeep Bay. So there is a lot of places to go. You have to go through the Theocracy of the Pale, but all of this is done well above the land itself on the back of the dragon. So you got to think it took you, let's see, you left in the morning, probably right around 9 or 10 o'clock. And by the time you finally touch down, it is, you do take a break for lunch and dinner. The dragon does take a rest, but she tries to find a lake or a river to sit down in an unpopulated area where you all can get off and stretch your legs, get something to eat, and then continue. So by the time that you get there, it is well over a 12-hour flight. And you end up touching down about a mile and a half from Krakenheim. There is a forest just to the west. And she places you at the base. There's like some mountains right there, hills, and so it's easy cover. And she lands there. And being that it was dark, you were not detected. It is extremely cold out. It is snowing, and
It's cold.
yeah, it is. It's for Asenath and for those who've never been in an area where it snows this deeply, and it's a little bit surprising.
Jarn, now I truly understand why you became a fire mage.
People live here willingly?
Oh yes.
Wow. Must be desperate.
Okay. Now, just one note to all of you guys. The common language is not common. Common language is the cold tongue. Most people do speak common, but everybody speaks the cold tongue. Okay? Just be aware of that.
Does everybody speak giant?
No.
Well, I was thinking frost giant.
How are they going to feel about a dwarf, an elf, and a gnome? I feel like there's a bad barb.
Yeah, there's going to be some issues.
Well, Jarn, this is your homeland, so lead the way.
Well,
Aren't you betrothed?
Huh? What?
Were you betrothed or?
Oh, my brother thinks so.
Engaged? Okay.
Your brother.
My brother thinks so.
I'm sure it'll be an honor to meet her at last.
Yeah, sure.
You would like to meet her too?
Yeah, I've never met her either, I don't think. Anyway, we need to go into Krakenheim, find my master, Sigurd Orminarga.
Arranged marriages.
Okay. I know we don't normally split the party, but would it be better to in?
Because we know the way.
Actually, that might not be a bad idea to have the humans camp here with fire, of course. Make a temporary camp and go into Kraken. Make sure that we get in and.
Okay.
Yes. No. You're crazy. What?
Are you saying the humans will stay here? Or you?
No, the humans will go in with me.
Okay. And you sure our friends will be safe here on the road?
No.
Oh, we'll be safe. There might be some strife, but we'll be safe.
Can't
Children?
guarantee the people walking by us will be safe. We should be good.
Actually, no. Let's not split the party. Let's go. This is just going to be fun.
I think if they had at least a representative yourself from your homeland, they'll be much safer.
Yeah. All right. We all headed Krakenheim.
Okay. So, let's see. So it's the snow's kind of deep. But Jarn, you are familiar with this land. This is nothing new to you. Of course, Krakenheim being one of those places where things don't change quickly. So remembering things from, of course, your younger days and your childhood, you are able to quickly find the road that runs east-west, and you start to make your way towards the city. Eventually, you do find the city, which is it's not a lot. It's not like Pelik or Instead, where you have large stone walls and things of that nature. It has a palisade out in the front of it, wooden. There's a lot of wood involved, but there is a stone center fortress, which you know from your childhood. But since your family was able to, they have actually taken leadership of Krakenheim, while you've changed a little bit and people may not recognize you immediately, you finally get to the gate and you see these very burly Viking-looking gentlemen, guards standing there, and they have halberds. And as you approach, they cross them in front of the palisade gate, and say in the cold speech, "Who are you that seeks entry to Krakenheim?"
I am Járngrímur, töframaður Halldórsson.
As you say your name, as you finish, they both look at each other, and one of them, the one on the right, just looks at, gives you a really hard look. And of course, it's still nighttime. So they raise a lantern and to look at you closely. Mm-hmm.
Töframaður, magic user.
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. All right. And I look at them back. Do I know you?
Says, I believe I've heard that you died.
Looking like me.
Only.
I certainly have not heard that.
Well, obviously, you're standing here in front of us now. I guess you're here to see your brother.
Indeed. Also, can you tell me tidings of Master Sigurd?
Yes, he is here.
Good.
Said it's still very early. You need to find a place to rest. It's still probably too early to go to the fortress.
Tell you what. How about I have you wrestle one of my friends, and whoever wins, and if you win, we go find some place to stay. But if he wins, we go in.
No, you go in now. You just can't go. You just can't go to the fortress. There are places to stay within.
Why can I not go to the fortress?
Because it's in the middle of the night. You have obviously not heard.
Evidently not. What tidings do you have for me?
things are not well here in Krakenheim. There's been a lot of deaths, a lot of disease.
What type? Who's dying?
Many have died. Not just the young or the old. There's been many. It has affected the town quite badly.
Then I need to be in. Thank you for your help.
Of course.
Come on, guys. We're headed to the fortress.
I'm assuming they're not talking in common, so we're just kind of standing there.
Yeah, you guys are just standing there listening to him go back and forth. I'm going to say I'm going to say it's probably sounds a lot more like Icelandic than pretty much anything. I mean, I look at Icelandic and go like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
I thank them and walk in, and I say, guys, there's sickness, there's death, and I don't know what the hell's going on.
Of course there is. There can't just be a happy homecoming.
Okay. We're heading to the fortress.
Okay.
They're probably going to be resistant to letting us in, but we'll figure it
Never
out.
stopped us before.
Okay. So as you walk in, you
Can I
can.
let us in?
What's
I'm sorry?
that?
Can I let us in?
It's like more dead people laying around. So what? As you walk in, you can see, Jarn, that the city streets, while of course it is late and you don't see, there's not a lot of people. There's hardly anyone walking around. But the thing that really strikes out at you is the lack of smoke coming from smokestacks, from chimneys and houses. That kind of gives you a little bit of an idea that it's almost like
It's a plague.
out of like 10 houses you see, only one or two looks as though someone is living in it. This is a lot different than what you remember. This is a very a very good sized city. So you finally make it to the stone citadel in the center. And as you approach again, you see these very burly gentlemen who are standing there. And of course, they challenge you. So, who seeks entrance?
I'm Járngrímur töframaður Halldórsson. I'm looking for my brother.
He says, Jarn.
No, I'm not dead. Thank you.
You see one of them, it looks as though he recognized you. And he says, Jarn. Oh my gosh. And he says, I can't believe you're here. I'm sure they've already told you that someone said you died.
Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. As he says, you probably don't remember me. I was a lot younger. I'm Carl. And he puts his hand out to shake yours. He says,
shake Carl's hand.
He said, you want to see your brother? Of course. And he walks over and opens up the door. And he says, I'm sure you know your way. And he lets you pass. He said,
okay.
It's good to see you, brother. I'm glad you were able to make it home. And all this, of course, is in cold speech. So as you all are walking past them, you kind of see these two gentlemen are looking at the shorter members of your team with a little bit of interest. And you see one of them just kind of reaches out real quick and pulls the hood off of Kiffi. And you hear like,
oh,
whoa, Jarn, you can't bring dwarves in here. Oh,
Watch.
Just
you have no idea where I have walked.
No,
these men, whether they be dwarves, elves, are known are equal to all of us. And if anyone has a problem with it, I'll be happy to entertain options.
He says, no, that's fine, Jarn. We understand, but I don't know how your brother is going to take such an intrusion.
Leave that to me.
Of course. So you all head in, you get to the outer doors. There's a guard standing there, and he opens the door for you. He doesn't even question. Obviously, if you were able to make it through the front gate, you were able to make it into the castle.
Are there any other servants types in the area?
Not that you see. Once the door opens, you can see that there is, of course, a hallway. There are torches lit. You can see that there's another guard at another door inside. And if you and you remember that this is kind of like a main hallway that takes you to sort of an open area. It doesn't get you into the throne room. The throne room is a little bit deeper inside. This is more of a formal meeting area. So that,
right.
Yeah. They just don't let you walk right into the throne room.
I don't understand why. Okay, so we walk in,
Mm-hmm.
And I assume there are seats and stuff right here.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all sit down. I'm going to go talk to my brother. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Can't you send a runner?
Come with me, Timble.
Okay.
Well, no, because he's what, 3 foot tall?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's like a child. Well, no,
I'm not arguing that back.
This is
are there any further seats here?
okay. So the guard at the other end opens the door, and again, once you step in, you can see that there is just a large meeting area, and you see that there is a gentleman who you know all too well. Looks up from a scroll that he is preparing, and it is your old master. And he looks up at you and blinks a couple of times and rises, and he says, "I knew you would return here one day. I didn't realize that when you returned you'd be so powerful. I've heard stories. I heard someone said that you had died, but I did not believe them. I'd also heard other stories that you have obtained great power and great stature in Greyhawk itself. I'm glad that my teachings have rubbed off on you."
Indeed, man. I could not have done it without you.
I heard about Antero. I'm very sorry. He was a good man. I enjoyed working with him.
I have taken his place in Bissell.
That's what I've heard. A man named Bilius, another wizard friend that I know of, he spoke so highly of you.
If he only knew. But yes, he's a great...
So you've come to see your brother.
I
Yes.
have need of help.
Of course.
Yeah.
I shall summon him. He reaches into his pocket and he brings out it looks as though it is a small, it looks like probably a foot tall golem, and he places it on the floor and he says, "Go get his lordship. Tell him he's needed." And you see the little golem just kind of march off and down this hallway and up a flight of stairs. And
that's cool.
Yeah, he says, So that's something that I picked up recently. As a matter of fact, I'll make sure to give you the scroll. I have one, and you can also use it to create your own little assistant.
Now, Master Sigurd,
Yes.
the fellow that's with me, is Master Timble. He's an artist.
He looks and says, "Oh, it's rare to see gnomes in this area. I mean, we have them there, but they don't usually come into human villages." He kind of just he takes a knee and looks and he says, "It is nice to meet you, friend of Jarn, Master Timble, you say?" And he
Timble Snivenblaven.
says, I'm sure you have tales of Jarn's greatness." He just looks over at you. Sigurd just looks over at you, Jarn. Says, "So is it just you two?"
No, the rest of my party is in the. Let's wait for my brother. I only want to have.
Look at that! Already running your own group of adventurers. That's impressive.
Again, it's not much of it. It's more herding cats.
he just he chuckles at that and he says, "Ah, yes, a noble pursuit." So it only takes probably about a good 5 minutes when you see the little golem once again return, and it sort of stands there next to Master Sigurd, and he reaches down and he just kind of like compacts it and places it back in his pocket, and you see your brother walk down the staircase. He's dressed in furs. It looks like they're hastily thrown on. He was obviously asleep. And not too far behind him, it looks as though he has roused your sister Sif, and she is right behind him. They both look at you because the golem didn't tell them why they were being summoned. And Sif immediately runs over and gives you a big hug. And she just like, "Oh, it is so good to see you. It's so good that you're home. Your room, we've made you a room. It's beautiful. I think you will really enjoy it." Of course, you're like, of course, you know your true purpose. Your brother though walks over, extends his hand, and then he clasps you on the shoulder and also gives you a big hug, and he says, "Brother, it is good to see you again.
It's good to be home.
We've had some trouble."
I saw that.
Yes, but what is it that you need?
No. Is there anything I can do to help? Here we are. I have brought my friend there in the other room. This is Master Timble. He is an artist in many different. Can we speak the common tongue so that he understands?
He answers in common, of course. Welcome, Master Timble. It is nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Sigurd has something to show you, and I think this was maybe part of our problem. And so Sigurd brings over a box, and he puts it on a side table. And are you going to call everybody else in, or is it just you and Timble still?
We might as well call everybody else in because they're integral to this story.
So yeah, the rest of you all are shown in, and you can see this is just a really great meeting. It's just a large meeting area. You can see that Jarn and Timble are standing there talking with an elderly gentleman, a man who looks maybe a little bit older than Jarn, but not too much older, and it looks like a young lady, probably in her mid to late 20s, is standing there as well. So you're introduced to Jarn's brother, his sister Siv, and to Master Sigurd, who is Jarn's old master, who he learned a lot of his magics and everything from. So Sigurd brings out this box and he says, I believe that this is part of the problem. It started just a few months ago, actually. There was a sickness that overcame the city, and we believe that we have found the cause, and this is what we believe it is. And as he opens it up, you can look in and you see that it looks like a crooked, bony finger.
Oh, hell, that's
no.
Toby!
And he says,
yes, I see that.
said this was found in a water supply here in one of our wells.
I am familiar with this.
Yeah. Can you tell us what you think? What is it that you believe this is?
Pure necromantic power.
This is, I did detect that there was some definite dark energies coming from it, but we did not realize that it was so poisonous, and it has actually taken a fair toll on the city's population, unfortunately.
Are they talking in common?
Yes,
Yeah.
Everybody's talking in common. Everybody can understand what's going on.
Have you had any strange, maybe visitors before the sickness took place?
Not that anyone recalls. We just know that this was fished out of the main well in the city center. But who knows how long it had been there.
Have you had any sickness since then?
No, we haven't had anything new occur. The water has been purified once we removed this foul item from it.
This is one of those things we are taking care of.
So
we recognize the source. We haven't heard it.
We do recognize the source.
Before. This is Toby.
You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. This is one of those insight things. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, we will take that with us when we leave and eliminate it at another time.
Of course, we would like for you to take it away. We tried we tried to destroy it, but even magics and even just fire, nothing seems to damage it.
It's one of those artifacts of the world where you can mitigate the effects of it, never really destroy it without destroying the original.
But obviously it was left here for a reason.
That reason is probably me. Because the source of this was once one of our companions who was overcome by an
So So what does this mean? I mean, we've lost so many people here in the city. At least it's stopped, but I mean,
it's evil. I mean,
obviously,
in the end, it's evil.
Yes.
What does evil do? Evil destroys. What are the methods of evil? Take out what you hate. Can't take out what you hate. Take out what they love.
So your brother says, so Jarn, what is it that you need from us?
Okay, cue the life tree story.
Okay, so you tell them all about the prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them about the orb. You tell them about Asenath. You tell them about what needs to take place. You tell them about Grenna and her role in this other tree.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he and Sif and Sigurd are sitting there listening to you tell the story. They're not interrupting you. They are completely wrapped up in what you were telling them. And they say, so you need a ship.
I need a ship. Supplies.
And how fast do you need this ship? We've lost so many people, and a lot of them were our best shipwrights. When do you need this?
I was under the impression that there had been diplomatic outreach already for this. I thought
oh, that's right. Val was creating a warehouse for us.
Right.
And putting things together, but I thought that they had contacted someone from here,
Yes.
diplomatic
Yes.
touch to get things going.
But
so should something be already going?
We know that there had been contact made, but at the time that occurred was when we started to feel the effects of this plague. A lot of people died, as you can easily attest by what you saw in the city.
We see it in the city. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I said, if there is, you can talk with my steward. He was the one who set that up. I did not realize at that time that Jarn, you were a part of that. Your name was left out, as was the names of your friends. Maybe
intentionally.
Yes.
And that we, while I would have loved to have been able to just drop in and set it up myself, we thought it was best to have it done honestly.
Of course. No, I understand.
While I've done many things, I've pissed off a whole lot of people. Seems to run in our family. So, in the end, what we need is a Gnar with more decking. And that's essentially what we need.
Well,
could you ask for assistance from neighboring cities?
There are no.
Okay. I don't know this part of land. So
yeah, this is.
I wasn't too sure if the map had everything.
You're not in Bissell anymore, where there's like villages all over the place. This is a different world.
So,
well, what could we do to help?
Then I asked my brother, is there anything? I mean, what do you need to help combat this plague? We have resources.
Well, the plague is
and we
no
have
longer.
a bit of.
Well, the plague is no longer an issue. I think the plague has abated, but the bodies that it's left in its wake are not going to be easily replaced. You'll have to talk with we'll get the steward here, and then we'll also talk to the master shipwright. I know that he did not succumb to the plague, so maybe he already has something already for you. But I will not.
My concern was this did the shipwrights have an abnormally large death toll? Was this seemingly targeted?
Unfortunately, it did seem that it did take a toll on our shipwrights and our shipbuilders and our longshoremen. I think you were right that it was targeted. It wasn't a targeted attack by this old companion of yours.
Okay. If you don't mind, we'll rest tonight. Talk with the steward tomorrow. Talk with the shipwright.
Yeah.
So
Sif says, "I'll show you to your rooms. We have extras just in case, and we'll make sure that you are comfortable. And I'll have servants bring up firewood and start your fireplaces."
Thank you. Fire is very appreciated.
Yeah. So you all make your way up, following Sif up the staircase into the stronghold, into its interior. And I think this is probably not a bad place to stop for the evening.
The Mystic Syndicate podcast is the creation of independent producer and host Brian Anderson. Our players are Ed as Sir Thomas Waverly, Mike G. Pav as Sir Kelex Zelenen, Melinda as Grenna Babbleboots, Russ as Járngrímur, Mike as Kiffi Blackhammer, and Glenn as Timble Snivenblaven. You can visit our podcast page at tmsyndicate.podbean.com. You can also leave a comment and subscribe to our X page at TMSYND. You can also watch our live shows on YouTube at www.youtube.com at The Mystic Syndicate.